class, boy, she's an athlete. You study her in terms of her foot shape and watch her as she gets out and goes. I like this kind when they can get out and stride like that and have that kind of comfort to their structure. And then you combine that with some base width and look at her from just the openness that you see. She looks like she's going to be a forage efficient type female, kick her out, and just one that can maintain herself. Good kind of beef female there. Female that comes in next is certainly more attractive from the side, but I think she's one that's a bit more juvenile in terms of her type and kind, a little greener relative to her condition, not quite as soggy through just in total volume and capacity. She gives up some. She elevates ever so slightly in the center of her spine, and when the young lady pulls that top down, boy, it makes a difference and pulls her balance together. But I'm going to go ahead and give her the benefit of the doubt and see that as she matures with that pattern and look, she's going to be one that excels over our female in third. Female in third's quite a bit more mature, you read her, in terms of the condition that she has. Really expressive in terms of muscle shape when you read her out of her top through the center part of her hip and stifle. If you want one that's big-ended and have some muscle shape, you have to like that. With that added muscle, she gets a little shorter hip and a little rounder. She drops her pin some. Just change her in how she handles her hip, but love the added muscle, added dimension that we see in that female. And then one that we conclude with here, big and stout in terms of her footwork, in terms of bone work, good kind of a female, just gives up a touch of balance relative to those front three.
First place goes to entry number 15, Harvey Crest Pride, 9046G from Harvey Crest Cattle Company. Second spot goes to entry number 12, BCC Black Velvet 18G from Randall Cattle Company. In third spot, entry number 13, Peterson Black Cap 73G from Peterson Livestock. And in fourth, entry number 14, K. Tino Missy 2G from K. Tino Farms. And moving into our second split of senior heifer calves, we have entry number 19, Remitol F. Tibby 20G from Remitol Farms. Entry number 20, Boss Lake Miss Sandy 901G from Boss Lake Genetics. Entry 21, DMM Miss Essence 4G from Miller Wilson Angus. Entry number 22, Jade Georgina 9G from Jade Farms. Entry number 23, Jade Atlanta from Jade Farms. And entry number 24, Delar Black Lass 781G from Delar Angus.
Kiss you goodnight and say I love you still, and we'll build this love from the ground up, for worse or for better. And I will be all you need. Beside you I'll stand through the good and the bad. We'll give all that we have, and we'll build this love from the ground.
Let's put our hands together ringside, show our appreciation. Boy, we really ratcheted up the heat here in this class, and excellent class, excellent way to. You know, our class winner is one that she caught my eye when she came in, and lots of things I like about that female, from just a balance and eye appeal and attractiveness standpoint. And then yet when you go beyond that and you ask yourself, does she have enough power? And she certainly does. And I think that just how she holds together from the shoulder structure that she has, and with that much rib and mass, to still have that girly look and really level hip, you have to appreciate those things. Some very, very slight things that I change as she goes away from you. She's just not quite as square and stable on her hawk when she goes away, but that's getting really, really nitpicky. Female that comes around next is most similar in terms of just being convex in her rib. She gives up some of that reach off of her front end. She's a bit straighter out of her knee, has a touch more chest floor to her. But again, that big boxy open rib shape that I love, she has, and I like that about her. She excels over her next female in terms of shoulder design. Even though I want to set her knee back just a touch, she's nicer through just a total scapula design. Because this big stout hip heifer has some, with that big wide pin set and extra stifle that she has some boldness to that lower scapula, and I want to tuck that in, not quite as refined through her front 1/3, but those three females as a whole, they're big-ended, they're stout, and they're nice at the ground. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
First place goes to entry number 20, Boss Lake Ms. Sandy 901G from Boss Lake Genetics. Second spot goes to entry number 21, DMM Essence 4G from Miller Wilson Angus. And in third spot, entry number 19, Remitol F Tibby 20G from Remitol Farms. We'll bring our senior calves back to vie for our senior calf champion. So back from our first class, we have entry number 15, Harvey Crest Pride 9046G from Harvey Crest Cattle. And first place from our second split, entry number 20, Boss Lake Miss Sandy 901G from Boss Lake Genetics. And reserve from our first split, entry number 12, BCC Black Velvet 18G from Brandel Cattle Company. And from our second split, entry number 21, DMM Miss Essence 4G from Miller Wilson Angus.
To me, this is when it gets fun, when you have this kind of caliber of cattle to lead a division or class winners, and you can start to, see some real, you have to make some decisions on some really subtle things, and I like both these females really well. I guess the only difference I see is one's just a notch higher in terms of the neck shoulder attachment, just a touch flatter at her shoulder. With that flatness, she gives up just a little bit of base width, and I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice that. Heifer calf that wins our second class, congratulations, you're going to win the division. Gentlemen, with that heifer I called an athlete, congratulations, you'll be reserve.
So our senior calf champion goes to entry number 20, Boss Lake Ms. Sandy 901G from Boss Lake Genetics. And our reserve goes to entry number 15, Harvey Crest Pride 9046G from Harvey Crest Cattle. Class number 9, our junior yearlings making their way into the ring. We have entry number 25, MWC Rosebud 23F from MWC Investments. Entry number 26, Riverside Perdilla 253F from Riverside Angus. Entry number 27, BCC Black Velvet 134F from Brandel Cattle Company. And entry number 28, Lorenz Caroline 85F from Lorenz Angus.
Strip it down, back to you and me, like it used to be, when it was an old back road with an old school beat. Cowboy boots by your little bare feet. Let it out, tell me right now, everything I need in them white cotton sheets. Dirty dance me slow in the summertime heat. Feel my belt turn loose from these old blue jeans. We both know that we lost it somehow. Let's get it found. Strip it down, down, down. Strip it down, down, down. Strip it down, down, down. Never thought you'd pick up the phone. It's Friday night, you should be out on the town. Didn't think you'd be sitting at home all alone like me. Nothing on TV, nothing to do, nothing to keep my mind off you and me. And the way it was, are you thinking about it now? Because I could be there in 5. One last time. We don't have to be.
Comments from our judge on our junior yearlings.
Really nice cow prospect to lead this class, and she just hadn't quite settled. She's getting better here, but boy, when you look at that female from a base width standpoint, and yet how she flattens at her shoulder and still